The next lesson in Math 2 Unit 2 is entitled Claims and Conjectures. The purpose of this lesson is to examine a tessellation in a plane and discover the relationships among various types of angles. In your notebook, you'll want to write down the vocabulary which was discussed today. The first vocabulary word is vertical angles. When two lines intersect, the opposite angles formed at the point of intersection. Exterior angles, when a triangle is extended, the angle formed on the exterior of the triangle. Remote interior angles, two angles of the triangle that are not adjacent to the exterior angle. A transversal line is a line that intersects two or more lines. Corresponding angles, angles in the same relative position on each parallel line. Alternate interior angles, angles that alternate on the transversal between the parallel lines. And same side interior angles are angles that lie in the same side of the transversal and are located between the parallel lines. So in this lesson, we took the triangle from our previous lesson and we rotated it about the midpoints of their sides to form what we call a tessellation of a plane. There were three main conjectures that we developed from class today. The first conjecture is that vertical angles are always congruent. So in the diagram above, on the tessellation of the plane, angle 1 is congruent to angle 3, and angle 2 is congruent to angle 4. The second conjecture we discussed today in class was the conjecture regarding the exterior angle of a triangle. So if you look at the diagram in my tessellation, angle 3 is an exterior angle because it's located outside of the triangle. And the conjecture that we made in class today was angle 1 plus angle 2 will be equal to the measure of angle 3. The third conjecture that we came up in class today was that when a transversal line intersects two parallel lines, the corresponding angles, alternate interior angles, both of those angles will be congruent, and the same side interior angles will be supplementary. So for corresponding angles, if we're looking at the diagram, which I put above, angle 3 will be congruent to angle 7. And if you notice, they're colored the same color. Angle 1 will be congruent to angle 5. And so on and so forth. Angle 2 will be congruent to angle 6. And angle 4 will be congruent to angle 8. Alternate interior angles, so if you look at the diagram above, those would be angles that alternate on the transversal and are inside the parallel lines. So right here we have angle 3 and angle 6. Those should also be congruent. And you do notice that angle 6 and angle 7 are also vertical angles. So we also know that angle 6 and angle 7 should be congruent based on the conjecture we made regarding vertical angles. And the last sort of angle that we discussed was same side interior angles. And those are angles that are located between the parallel lines on the same side of the transversal. So angle 3 and angle 5, and angle 4 and angle 6. If you need more help on the Ready, Set, Go homework for this task, please remember to check the student support site.